What's up, guys? So today we're gonna do something a little different. I have here several of the things that April actually got me for Christmas. And after seeing the things and how well thought out actually a lot of these were, that I want to discuss with y'all potential like gift buying guides for the retro gamer in your life. It is currently December 9th and it is, 16 days until Christmas. So you have just enough time after watching this video to find something in this video maybe to give you a good idea to get the retro gamer in your life something for Christmas. So I do and don't want to start with this one. So the obvious thing for if you have a retro gamer in your life is to get them a game that they might be after. That's hard to do because if you don't know exactly what they're collecting, or if you don't have a full idea of what their collection is, God knows I couldn't tell you every single game that I have in my collection. So if you don't have an idea of what their completed list looks like, then this could be kind of hard. But I had previously spoken with April about it, and something that I would been wanting to get my hands on that I hadn't gotten yet was actually a copy of 40 Winks. If you don't know what 40 Winks is, 40 Winks was set to come out on the PlayStation and the N64 in 1999, but the N64 version got scrapped for whatever reason. Well, back in 2020, I believe it was, a Kickstarter showed up and Pico Interactive was wanting to finish the N64 version. Well, that's what this is. This is a complete finished edition of 40 Winks. And so this is a cool little get because it now technically is the last game released for the N64, although you can't call this an official release. So the last official release still belongs to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. But this is definitely something that had been on my want to get list, and she definitely came through with that. So that's a good option. Not necessarily 40 Winks specifically, but if there's a game that you know the retro gamer in your life is after, then that is a very viable option of a gift, so long as you don't go too crazy with it being way too expensive. Another option for a game is maybe a variant on a game that they have that they particularly like. As I've said in the past, one of my favorite games is The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. And while that is the original copy that my family got back when the game was released, it's not the only version of the game that exists. There's multiple versions that were released in the States, whether that be the original Gray Cart version, the 1.1 version of the game, where they changed a few things, the Gold Cart version of the game, and those are all just the stateside ones, where you could also get somebody a Japanese version of a game that they like, if that's something that they might even potentially be into. Even if they don't have a way to play it, having Japanese versions of games here in the States is still really cool. And as we talked about last week, you could also throw in like something like the Hyperconvert to make these games playable on your American consoles. But let's say you don't want to get them a game. You don't want to risk getting them something they might not like or something they might already have. There are plenty of other options for the retro gamer that you could get them. If they are any kind of an ornament person, Hallmark actually has released several game console ornaments that you could use, that you could give as a gift as well. This was the Super Nintendo one from last year, and this is the Sega Genesis one that was released this year. Both of these actually do play music if you have the batteries in them. I currently don't have the batteries in the Super Nintendo one. This was given to me last year, and the batteries have since died in it, but this would play the Super Mario Brothers theme. And while I haven't tested out the Genesis one, given that Sonic is in the cartridge, I would assume we'd get some form of Sonic music. And if the Hallmark Keepsake collection isn't in your bag, or if it seems a little too expensive, there are still other ornaments, even from Hallmark, that can be found in other places for a much cheaper price. This one was from Walmart, and it's about half the price of what those keepsake ornaments cost. This one might seem a little obvious, but if your person is also a Funko Pop collector, there are plenty video game related Funko Pops, which you are able to get them as well. April is a big Funko Pop collector, as I've talked about in the past, so she likes to share her love of Funko Pops with me through my love of games. And I showed the BioShock one because just to give you a reference that there is a bunch of different options. The BioShock one and this one are the actually only gaming related ones that I own. But April got me this year. I had talked to her about how one of my favorite games was actually Sly Cooper. I loved the Sly Cooper series growing up, and this was a Funko Pop that, one, I didn't know existed, and two, is very, very cool to be able to have on my shelf because I loved Sly Cooper. And I really, really hate that we haven't gotten a new Sly Cooper game since the PS3. Hopefully, Sucker Punch, are you listening? Give us a new Sly Cooper game, please and thank you. Another thing that you could get a retro gamer in your life is something related to those games that they love so much. Now, going back to our Christmas, April knows that I'm very into Tetris. Tetris is another one of my favorite games, and I can go back and play Tetris at any given moment and have a wonderful time. Doesn't matter what I'm doing. If I drop down and play some Tetris, it's fun. Tetris 99 is my current gaming obsession, and it will be until they finally shut it down, which I hope never happens. Anyway, knowing that Tetris is one of my favorite games, she got me one definitely Tetris thing, and one other that's pretty much Tetris related, but not like license-wise. Anyway, she got me this lenticular Tetris wall art. I don't know if you can see it here, but the actual design on the wording changes depending on the angle you're looking at it from. She also got me one of those stackable Tetris block lamp things, which is really cool. I really like this, and I can't wait to get it actually set up so I can get it lit up and be able to enjoy it properly. And going with that same theme of, if you know a game series or a game style or consoles or anything like that, that they are particular fans of, you're able to gear gifts in that general direction. So me being the game collector that I am, particularly in consoles, if you see behind me here, she gifted me an art print that she said she got from Etsy, which is the evolution of the video game controller. You see, it goes from everything from the Atari Home Pong console all the way up to the PlayStation 5 DualSense controller in 2020. That's just a really cool print and a really cool gift idea, which goes along actually with the gift she got me last year. I'll pan across on the screen so you can see it. I'm an engineer by trade, and so I make a lot of technical drawings. Well, last year for Christmas, she got me several prints of the patent drawings for several Nintendo things. The N64 and the NES consoles, the Super Nintendo controller, and the N64 controller. All of them are wonderful prints, and I really do enjoy them. Get you some prints, go to somewhere like Hobby Lobby and get you a nice but cheap frame, and you got a really good gift right there. It just goes to show how much retro game themed merchandise there actually is out there, because even something like this, a retro video game coloring book, is a neat little addition you can get to any retro gamer's Christmas. Just goes to show you never truly know what you're gonna be able to find. So yeah, those are some good gift ideas for the retro gamer in your life based on what I got for Christmas this year. Post down in the comments down below, if you're a retro game collector, what's something that you think would be a good gift idea? And if you're buying for a retro game collector, what are you getting them that you think that they'll enjoy? Post down in the comments, I'd love to hear about it. So anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I look forward to sharing even more with you guys in the future. Have a good one, y'all.